Today's video will be on chapter 7.1, multiplying monomials. Monomials, with this mono meaning one, so it's going to be one set of numbers. For example, 3ab would be a monomial. A binomial might be something like 3ab plus 2df. So you'll see that they're separated by the addition sign. Let's talk about how we multiply these. So we're going to start with this, and I'm going to kind of talk to you about some shortcuts. And a lot of people will realize that there's a shortcut involving addition. However, remember this is a multiplication problem. This is a to the fourth power times a to the second power. And so if I were to write this out, it would be a times a times a times a, right? That's a to the fourth times a times a, right? And so this is there, that's an a, and this is there. And so what you'll notice is that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a's, so this is the same as a to the sixth. And so what some people have figured out, or one shortcut that you can come up with, is that I can take these two exponents, I can add them together as long as the base is the same, and this is a to the sixth. So you don't just have to write out everything along the way. Now the problem is what happens when there's only one base. So you'll notice the difference between this problem, which is a to the third and then all of that squared, as opposed to this, which was a to the fourth times a to the second. Okay, so you'll notice that both of these have a base of a, whereas this is just one base and then this is squaring the whole thing. And so this is the same as a to the third, which is like this, squared, right? So if you square something, you're multiplying it times itself. So it's a to the third times a to the third. You'll notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a's as well. And so the trick with this one is I can take these two and I can multiply them. And so this is also a to the sixth. So notice that both of these will get you a to the sixth, but they are two totally different problems. Okay, and so if you were to do a to the fourth squared, so something like this, this will give you a to the eighth. So this problem and this problem are two totally different problems. All right, so let's practice some of that. So when you get two different problems, one 6n cubed, remember the exponent is only working on the n and is not also working on the 6. We'll deal with a problem later where it's actually working on both of them. And then 2n to the seventh. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to multiply the 6 and the 2 together. This is 12. And then I'm going to take n cubed times n to the seventh. And remember, I can now add these because they both have a base of n. So this is n to the 10th. 12 n to the 10th for that one. Then I've got 3p t to the third. Remember, the 3 is only working on the t, not the p and the 3. And then p to the third, t to the fourth. Okay, so I'm going to go numbers first. This is 3. Remember, there's a 1 here. So this is 3 times 1. I'm then going to take p. So remember, this is p to the first. It's that invisible 1, or the assumed 1. P to the first times p to the third. So that's 1 plus 3. That's p to the fourth. And then t to the third times t to the fourth, this is t to the seventh. Now what I want you to notice, one is that I had to make sure that I remember that there is a 1 there, right? So when you just have this p, it's not 3 plus 0. And then secondly, keep in mind that when we do this, we're not separating the equal sign. All right, let's take a look at another problem. Hold on, I'm rewriting this one real quick. All right, so what happens when you get this? So I got a to the third squared and then all of that to the fourth. So remember now this is just a single base. So I can work this in two ways. I'll kind of show you the quick shortcut in just a second, but I'm going to work inside the parentheses first. right? So that 4 is still outside the parentheses, and if I do this, remember we had this problem as our example, 3a to the 3rd squared, this is going to be a to the 6th. Now remember that these function the same as regular parentheses, which means I can then multiply these together, and so I end up getting a to the 24th. It's my final answer. Now you may see a shortcut, right? Your shortcut would be to take all of those and multiply them together. 3 times 2 is 6 times 4. This is a to the 24th. Gets you to the same place. Okay, and then kind of putting those all together happens on a problem like this. 3xy to the 4th, all of that squared. So now this 4 is only working on the y, whereas this 2 is going to work on everything inside the parentheses. Then I got negative 2y squared, and then outside the brackets is also a 2 squaring all of that. So let's kind of take this one step at a time. 3xy to the 4th squared. Now keep in mind that there is a 1 here and a 1 here. So this is, I'm essentially going to multiply this to each of these. So 3 to, this is a 1, 1 times 2 is 2, so this is 3 squared, which is the same as 9. This is x squared, and then this is y to the 8th. All right, that's all that. So dealt with that. Now dealing with inside the brackets first, and then we'll deal with outside the brackets. Inside the brackets is negative 2y squared, so this becomes positive 4y squared. And then all of that is going to be squared. Right? And then this becomes 16y to the 4th. Now one really important thing is to make sure we understand that that is why this is a positive 4 and not a negative 4. So negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Right? It'd be really important that you get that. All right, so then, coming next, this is going to be 9 times 16 should be, what, 4 carry the 5. Is that 144, right? 72 times 2. Yeah, 144. Don't know why I questioned myself. Then this is going to be x squared, since there is no x on the other one. And then, remember now, I get these two together. I am not multiplying. It's not y to the 32nd. I'm now, because they both have a base of y, I'm adding these exponents. This is y to the 12th. Final answer. So the really important thing, and what a mistake a lot of people make, is they get this number to be 25 because they add 9 plus 16, because then you add these two. Remember, this exponent trick is a shortcut that you're learning. This is not an addition problem. You are multiplying. So this is 9 times 16. This is x squared. There's no x over there, so it's just x squared. And then y to the 8th times y to the 4th. And the shortcut is that I can add the exponents. But I'm not adding. I'm actually multiplying. This whole problem is all multiplication. It's really important that we remember that. Otherwise, things start to get confusing a little bit later down the line. All right, that's all we got for you in multiplying monomials. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to do the problems at the bottom of the page. See you in class.